Hello, I'm about to make some Belizean Johnny cake. This is great for traveling, breakfast, or tea in the morning, in the evening. Typical ingredients that I remember how my mom would make it would be flour, baking powder, coconut milk, salt, and some shortening or lard back in the day. But of course, I'm putting a twist to it because I've tasted it with sugar and coconut, grated coconut, and I liked it actually. You don't really taste the coconut, what we call coconut trash or grated coconut. You don't taste it in it, but the combination is pretty good. So I have 3 cups of flour here, all-purpose flour. I'll put about 3 teaspoons of baking powder. I'll use the amount of milk. Right now that's about a can of coconut milk, or you can use freshly squeezed coconut milk. And I'll put 1 teaspoon of salt and some sugar. Don't want it too sweet, just a little bit. And this is half a stick of butter. So I'll mix everything together. All the dry ingredients. Mix them up. Check for lumps, clumps. The coconut flour and the flour, the brown sugar. I use brown sugar. You can use white sugar. I only put about half a cup of brown sugar. You can put more if you like, or you don't have to put any at all. And the baking powder. Okay, that feels good. I used to love this with some fried fish and some stewed chicken, sometimes some butter or cheese. Cut it in the middle, in the middle, and put cheese and butter, or just cheese alone. Now I'll put the melted butter. Get the rest of that later. That was some melted butter. Just mix it up. Yes, I remember when my mom would make Johnny cake on Sunday afternoon. And then we would have it Sunday morning, Sunday evening with tea, for tea. And we would have it Monday morning for breakfast before school. And sometimes they would make it Saturday evening, the weekend. Okay, I'll just let it sit for 15 minutes. I like to wait on my flour if I have time. I know a lot of people nowadays don't like to or don't have the time to, but that's why I only make stuff like these when I have time, because I prefer to wait for the flour to set. to me it tastes much better. So I'll wait 15 minutes. I'll cover it. Just wait. So I cut them into the sizes I want them. And now I'm just making them in little balls. Right now I'm working with one hand, so of course it's easier with both hands. I'm working with one hand here, using the camera, holding using one hand to hold the camera. Just make it into little balls, or the size you want your Johnny cake to be. And then I'll let it sit for 15 minutes again. I turn the oven on. Well, preheating at 350. I usually don't like to go higher on this oven because, you know, it gets real hot. So 350 is good. Excuse me. Anybody can learn how to make this. You can just tweak it to how you like it. You can put sugar, like I said earlier, or you don't have to put sugar. You can put coconut flakes or grated coconut. You don't have to. I never used to make these when I was little. I mean, younger. Especially when I was in Belize. But I started practicing when I came out here. And sometimes you just have to learn from other people. And you just practice on your own. As long as you remember how it was made when you know. I used to watch a lot. Whenever my mom would cook, I would watch. Or other people, I would watch. And that's how I learn. This is the last one. Because I don't really like to buy the bread out here. I mean, I'll eat them sometimes, but not as often. I rather eat my oatmeal. If I could have freshly baked something when I feel like it. I rather eat my oatmeal and maybe my egg whites, and once in a while I want some Belizean breakfast, Belizean food. So I'll just cover it, wait for 15 minutes. Oh, excuse me. I'm working with one hand here. Okay, so I flattened most of them, well, all of them basically. Okay, flatten them with your hands, of course, your fingers. Still, just, you take a fork. This is just for presentation, I suppose. I know I believe Trinidadian people, they make something that looks just about the same or tastes just about the same. They call it baked though. And they would usually put maybe in a pan like this, baking pan or dish, and they would make the big dough and just put the whole thing in there without separating or making them into small pieces. And then they would use the fork also, or you could use a knife also and just do it. Let me see, get a knife and show you. Remember, sometimes my mom would do that. You know, for whatever reason, if she cannot find a fork for whatever reason, or maybe she just felt like making that design. But most people use the fork. Put a few or as many as you'd like. And bake for about 20 to 25 minutes until brown. I know if you're Belizean, most likely you know how to make this already. But some people don't know, so it's good to watch some YouTube channel or channel videos and learn how to make them. You don't always have to spend money to buy. You can learn how to make them. All done. Well, I have about 2 more baking in the oven. And the last 2. The last 2 in the oven right now. These are done. Just let it sit for a little bit. I know somebody's gonna come out, or some people will be coming out pretty soon for a taste because they smell it. So I put some butter and cut it in the middle like this. Put some butter in it, on it. Sorry, trying to break it in half. Ugh, I'm making a mess. Anyway, should have cut it in half. Trying to do everything with one hand. There it is. Let me cut one in half. You can see. Better. There it is. See? Okay. That's it. All done. Don't run away. Thank you for watching, for visiting my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video. It's free at charge. Okay, before you bake, put it on the baking pan. I use a griddle and let me see, this pan. It's good to grease or spray Pam spray, or you can grease it with some butter, oil the pan so it won't stick, just in case. For